Hello everyone and welcome to another Heroes of the Grid Ranger video. Today I'm going to be talking about the third member of the RPM team, Summer. Summer Lansdowne. No, actually, I can't remember how to pronounce her last name. Summer's combat deck is divided normally in that she has 3 3-shield cards, 4 2-shield cards, and 3 1-shield cards. Let's start with her character ability, which is Energy Burst. Its ability says, once per battle, when any ranger spends at least 3 energy to play a card, you may deal 1 damage to an enemy card of your choice. Now at first this may seem like a high price to pay just for 1 damage, but you'll see that even more so than Flynn, Summer is the energy generator for the RPM team. I guess to start that off, we'll talk about Flare Kick. It's a 0 cost, 1 dice, plus 1 guaranteed damage attack with 2 shields for defense. Its ability says, gain an amount of energy equal to the number of hit results rolled during this attack. So if you roll a 1 hit with the 1 die you roll, you get 1 energy. So this is potentially a 3 damage attack. It's free. So again, it's a very random, so you may not get anything. You may roll a blank, but if nothing else, it's a guaranteed 1 damage. So you can't really miss with Flare Kick. Next up is Stunt Rider. It's a 1 cost reaction card with 1 shield for defense. Its ability says, play this card when any ranger suffers damage. Reduce that damage by 2. The next time any ranger performs an attack in this battle, they may divide the damage among any number of targets. So, she's providing some defense for her team, and then the next turn, the next attack becomes basically a Blade Blaster, in that you divide the damage. Unfortunately, again, this card does not circumvent the guard keyword. You cannot choose a card that's being guarded by another enemy card. But it's still a very good card. It does cost 1 energy, but again, with Summer, if you play her cards right, then that 1 cost is really nothing. Next up is Loaded Strike. It's a 0 cost, 2 dice attack with 2 shields for defense. Its ability says if there is at least 4 energy in the shared pool, add 1 die to this attack. Again, having 4 energy in the shared pool, honestly, that isn't too hard, especially if this is the first card you play in one of the first cards you play in a battle. Because a lot of rangers have abilities that add, 1, maybe 2 energy to the pool. But again, Summer can really fill the shared pool without too much trouble. And I'll show you what I mean by talking about her next card, which is Power Surge. It's an X-cost card. It's an X-cost maneuver card with 3 shields for defense. Its ability says, gain an amount of energy equal to twice the amount of energy spent to play this card, max 5. Now that I'm reading it right here, I think I was using it wrong when I was playing with the RPM team. I was reading it as you can only gain up to 5 energy max. But I think, based on how this is worded, it means you can not spend more than 5 energy to play this card, which means you could potentially get up to 10 energy with Power Surge. Spend 5 energy to gain 10. And yeah, this is what I mean when I say that Summer is the energy generator for the team. Giving yourself 10 energy makes it super easy to have 4 in the pool for Loaded Strike. And then you have all that energy, so you're not really in any danger when you play your power weapon, so her Energy Burst character ability is going to deal an extra damage. It's only 1 damage, but it's still, 1 damage can make all the difference in this game. And it helps with cards like the next one, which is Nitro Blaster. An X cost, 3 dice attack with 1 shield for defense. Its ability says you may divide the damage from this attack among a number of targets equal to the amount of energy spent to play this card. This is her Nitro Blaster, just like all the RPM Rangers have. But now that you have so much energy from her Power Surge, you can choose potentially every enemy card on the board, because you can only have up to 8 enemy cards at a time. You can choose all of them. I mean, you're probably not going to, because you're only rolling 3 dice. Even if you did get all critical hits, you can only do 1 damage to up to 6. But if you add dice to this attack, you could potentially do 1 damage to every enemy card in the combat sequence, even if it's full. So Summer makes Nitro Blaster not such a... Well, I mean, it's not a bad card, but Summer just makes high energy cards not really mean all that much. Finally, we'll talk about her power weapon, which is Zip Charger. It's a 3 cost maneuver card with 3 shields for defense. Its ability says, place this card on your character card. Until the end of this battle, when a ranger spends energy, place 1 energy token on this card. Discard this card at the start of a ranger turn to deal 2 damage to an enemy card, plus 1 damage for every energy token on this card. So let's say You play this at the start of a turn. Let's say this is the first card you play in a Ranger in a battle, and throughout the rest of the match, Rangers are spending energy here and there. You get to Ranger turn 6, so you have at least 4 energy on here. At this point, you deal 6 damage to... deal 6 damage, potentially. I'm just guessing off the top of my head here, but just throwing a random number out, but you do 2 damage plus the 4 for each energy token on this card. You're dealing 6 damage to an enemy card. Since it's a maneuver, you don't have to worry about the guard keyword. You can target any card on the board. The really good part about this is that it also combos with Flynn's, a few of Flynn's cards, like his Turbo Cannon or even his character ability. So you can use this after something else has already been played. Flynn uses Time Burst to let Summer play this card, or after he plays Turbo Cannon, you can play Zip Charger. Again, you won't have to worry about a lot of energy if you've already used Power Surge to amp yourself up. If you give yourself so much energy, Scott's Attack Force Mustang, you can block pretty much all the damage for the entire team if you have enough energy to spend on it. So yeah, Power Surge is a very powerful card. Again, I think I was using it wrong, but I think you can gain up to 10 energy with this card, but I was playing it as though you can only get up to 5. It helped a lot during that game. But let me know in the comments if you know for sure which way it's supposed to be played. As I mentioned earlier, Summer is the energy generator of the team. She provides a lot of power for the other Rangers to use, and herself too. She has some coverage with Stunt Rider, some protection of the potential. But yeah, that's kind of Summer. That's kind of her thing, is that she just generates energy for the team. I almost forgot to talk about Summer's Zord, which is the Bear Crawler. Its ability says, exhaust this card when there is at least 5 energy in the shared pool. Gain 3 energy. So if you use Power Surge, give yourself 10 energy in the pool, and you use the Bear Crawler, you get an extra 3 for 13 energy, and you can just spend it. The RPM Rangers can just have a field day with spending the energy. It's very good. Unless, if for some reason, let's say Summer's not involved in the battle, then she's not really going to be able to, most likely not going to be able to use this from another location, because a lot of Rangers can generate enough to get 5 energy in the pool. But it just depends on how many Rangers are involved and which Rangers they are. But yeah, that's the Bear Crawler. Breaking down her combat deck, she has 2 copies of Power Surge, 2 copies of Flare Kick, 2 copies of Loaded Strike, 2 copies of Stunt Rider, 1 copy of Nitro Blaster, and 1 copy of Zip Charger. But that is Summer Lansdowne in a nutshell. Head on over to OnsRanger.com to check out the full card database, and affiliate links will be provided below. Thank you.